Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. So, a few weeks ago, Chris Sewell put out a video, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, in that order, about active players he thought would make the Hall of Fame. And then Mike Moynihan of Baseball Collector did the same. And this is, the three of us love Hall of Fame talk. Who's going to make it and who should make it, which are two different arguments, of course. And I'm doing my reaction to their videos, mostly to Mike's. Chris and I tend to agree pretty closely, and Mike and I do too, but I had some key differences with Mike. I think that Mike's goal was kind of to come up with 25 who he felt would make the Hall of Fame or could make the Hall of Fame. There are a few that I have that I feel like he won't even sniff the Hall of Fame. So we're going to talk about that. I don't have as many of the rookie cards or autographed cards as Mike has. I've got what I've got. That's okay. So we're going to go through similar format to Mike's. First of all, the guys who are guaranteed. They don't need to play another game. They are in no matter what. You got Mike Trout. Oh, there you go. There's Mike Trout. I didn't put these in order because I'm an idiot. There's Mike Trout. Rookie. And by the way, I wrote for SI.com yesterday a Mike Trout Attic Find Wednesday on SI.com. I'll link it in my newsletter tomorrow. Junkwaxhero.com. Go sign up and you'll get to see that article about a $10,000 Mike Trout card find at Goodwill. Okay, so then we have Clayton Kershaw. I don't have any Kershaw rookie cards, so that's fine. Guaranteed Hall of Famer. Mookie Betts, I do have a Mookie first Bowman rookie. Guaranteed, maybe my favorite baseball player of this century. I love Mookie. I wish the Red Sox could get players like that. Man. Justin Verlander, guaranteed in. I don't have any. I do have some of his rookie cards that I pulled out of the Vermont collection, but it's like a 5,000 count box, and I don't want to go through it. There's no order whatsoever. So got a bunch of Verlander rookies. Scherzer, also guaranteed, a lock for the Hall of Fame, no doubter. And Shohei Ohtani, if he gets to 10 seasons, is in. No doubter. I have a lot of Shohei rookies. I'm going to represent them with this one. Love that card. Shohei, no doubt, but he just needs to get to 10 seasons. Bryce Harper. I went back and forth on Harper a year or two ago. I think he solidified his case as a definitive Hall of Famer. I think he'll get in on the first ballot, probably. I don't think he'll get in with as many votes as some of these other guys. He's had an up and down career. He's had an MVP season and then a down year, an MVP season and then a down year. But he is one of those guys that baseball writers who vote for the Hall of Fame love, because he's what we in Boston always call dirt dog. He plays hard. He gives a great soundbite, which the writers love. He's a playoff guy. I think he'll get in. It's for sure. Now we go on to the guys that I think are most likely to get in. And honestly, Aaron Judge is probably a lock too. If he gets to 10 seasons, Judge is probably a lock. And here's my Judge representative. And I'm curious to know what you think. Put in comments any of your thoughts on any of these guys. If you disagree, whatever. I think Judge, because of what he's done especially these last 3 seasons, breaking the record in the American League, having another amazing year, he'll win the MVP this year. He feels like a lock now if he gets to 10 seasons like Shohei. Then you have Freddie Freeman, who's really close. I think he would get in. If he retired right now, he'd probably get in. One of the all-time leaders in doubles, great on-base percentage, great slugging. Just a solid all-around guy and a great teammate, and the media loves him, and these things are important. So we'll see. I think Jose Altuve gets in. although he will probably suffer the same thing that Carlos Beltran suffered, which is the first ballot lull, I guess, snub maybe, because of the Astros trash banging, the trash Stros. Yeah, I'm not an Altuve guy. As you know, as a Red Sox fan, you can't be really, but I do think he gets in eventually. It might take him 7 ballots. I don't know. This will be fun to look back on in like 10 or 15 years and see how accurate Mike and Chris and I were. Paul Goldschmidt is a probably. I think he's a 50-50 kind of guy. He's close. He's just, I think part of the problem for Goldschmidt is he's quiet. He's had a quiet career. And again, that matters in Hall of Fame voting. If you do your thing very quietly in not great baseball towns, think about, I'm going to throw Mike Sweeney out there and somebody's going to say, Mike Sweeney was never a Hall of Famer. No, I'm not saying he was, but he was a very good player for a long time in a quiet baseball town. That can hurt a legitimate Hall of Fame case. Manny Machado, I also have him as a 50-50. I think Machado is overrated, but he will probably get in because he's overrated, because he's well-liked. Will he be hurt by this current Dave Roberts thing? No, I don't think so. He threw a ball at the dugout that Dave Roberts freaked out over. If you haven't seen it yet, it's pretty tame. It didn't seem like a big deal to me. And then I have Nolan Arenado, who I feel more confident in getting in than Machado, for instance. Arenado, one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. Brooks Robinson stands, don't at me, as the kids say. I don't know what stands are really, but whatever. I think Arenado is in. Another guy who's done his stuff quietly, but I think it's well known that he's been great his whole career, not only defensively, but also offensively. Oh, and that, I said those were the 50-50s. That was actually my most likely bucket, and I think that Machado is kind of borderline. This is my 50-50 bucket. And I have Chris Sale here, but I'm moving him up. I'm actually moving up my top 3 guys in my 50-50 bucket into the most likely. Sale, going to win Cy Young this year. He has 8 top 6 Cy Young finishes, which feels like a most likely to me. I think this year really put him over the top. He had like 5 straight rough seasons with a lot of injuries, which really hurt his case, but this year brought him back up, and I think he'll probably make it. Jose Ramirez, I'm 50-50 on. He's helped by the fact that he has played for the same town his entire career. He's a hometown hero. These things matter. Again, I said these things matter so many times. He has 5 top 6 MVP finishes. So he's a 50-50 guy. He doesn't have the stats to get there, but he could. It's possible. Francisco Lindor, similar. He had a big home run, a playoff home run. These are the things that voters think about. Did this player hit a game-winning grand slam in a deciding playoff game? Did he have any playoff heroics? And Lindor is also the face of the Mets, New York. These things matter. Then I have, for sure, 50-50s. Like Carlos Correa, I don't see it happening, personally. It's possible if he has a few more good years, like really good years. I just don't see Correa making it in. Garrett Cole, I hesitate on Cole. Based on history, he doesn't have the stats to get in the Hall of Fame, but I also think, and I think Mike made this point in his video, that there will be a kind of a reckoning about starting pitchers in the Hall of Fame in the next decade or so that probably benefits guys like Cole, who were durable and had good stats. He had 5 out of 6 seasons where he was top 5 in the Cy Young voting, which is important to voters. And I think eventually he'll get in, even though he doesn't match what we currently think of as a Hall of Famer. I think that this will happen with a lot of current pitchers, where we'll say, we need to rethink what we think of as a Hall of Fame pitcher. Mike had Craig Kimbrell, which I was surprised about. And I went and I looked and I was like, okay, I can see that. I'm probably a little higher than 50-50 on Kimbrell. Does he deserve to be in? Probably. But will he get in? I don't know. He's 5th all-time in saves, which is huge. But Mike left out Kenley Jansen, I think. I didn't catch Jansen in there. He's 4th all-time in saves. He has a better career whip. Their WAR is exactly the same. This is the first mention of WAR, by the way. WAR is very controversial, and I like WAR a lot as a starting point of a Hall of Fame argument. Like if I look at a guy and he's 90 WAR, yeah, guaranteed a Hall of Famer. But if you look at a guy who's at 60 WAR, then you start saying, okay, what's happening with his career? And then you want to go and tell that story or learn the story about a player. Kimbrell, I think, is probably in, and Kenley Jansen probably should be too, based on the number of saves they have. Kimbrell led the league in saves 4 years in a row. They're closers, which is tough, but I think both of them ultimately get in. Now we have a list of 4 guys who I think have a very good chance, but it's too soon to say. Guys like, hang on a second. I have a Garrett Cole card. I forgot I'm showing cards here. Garrett Cole rookie. I forgot about Greinke. I didn't even have him on my list. Greinke card there, rookie card. He is in a guaranteed Hall of Fame. I don't think Mike had Greinke either. Is he still active? I don't remember. Maybe that's why he didn't have him. And then I have Kimbrell. I was actually surprised to find that I had a Kimbrell card, rookie card in my collection. So Ronald Acuna, for me, is one of the greatest talents in baseball right now, but can he stay healthy? That is an autograph, as you can see on his first Bowman. So, yeah, cool stuff. Acuna he's so young and he's so talented, but he's had 2 season-ending ACL injuries. Soto, has the potential to be a 100 WAR kind of guy. And then that's rare. That's rare nowadays to get that high. Yordan Alvarez. I actually have a bunch of Alvarez rookie cards, but they're in another 5,000 count box. I need to clean out a couple of 5,000 count boxes and pull out some of the cards that I think are, top loader worthy. Yordan Alvarez just quietly hitting 35 home runs every year in Houston, in obscurity, kind of. And people are going to say, it's not obscure in Houston. He's on SportsCenter all the time, I get it, but you just don't hear anything about him. His card market is low, but he's a slugger, and he's really good, gets on base a ton. I think he has a good chance at the Hall of Fame. Vlad Guerrero Jr., a year ago, I said, no, this guy's done. He's washed, as the kids say. But he had a rebound year, and he's still very young. He had a great year this year, which I think puts him back on that track of, yeah, this guy could be a Hall of Famer. Then I have, if he has a few healthy seasons, Jacob deGrom could get into the Hall of Fame. Do I think he will? Probably not. Maybe the most talented pitcher in history. I mean, he has seasons where his whip is like 0.6. It's outrageous. He's better than Pedro. He just has never been able to stay healthy. The most insanely talented pitcher, and his WAR is really high. It's like a 45 WAR for a guy who's barely pitched. He's at Jack Morris's WAR already. Here we go. But if he had been able to pitch a complete career, he'd have better than Scherzer, Kershaw, Verlander, all these guys. He'd be up around 100 WAR. But he just can't stay healthy. And part of it probably is the way he pitches. It's a shame. He's so much fun to watch. These are guys that Mike had in, and I'm saying I don't think they'll get in. Like Corey Seager has an interesting case. He has 2 World Series MVPs, which is important, but I don't think he's done enough, and I don't think he has enough time to do enough. These guys are on the wrong side of 30. Seager has played very well in the last 3 seasons in Texas, but I just don't see him getting there. Same thing with Xander Bogaerts. Love Xander, former Red Sox player. I just don't see him getting to Hall of Fame status. He's wrong side of 30 and not playing well already. Already on the decline, pretty significantly. Trey Turner. I love Trey Turner. The slide. You know the slide of Trey Turner.
Here's the throw from Harper, not in time. Harper not in time. Harper not in time.
I don't see it happening. Him getting in. What a blast to watch him. But I think he's in the Hall of Very Good kind of guy. Mike had Rafi Devers in, which I love. I appreciate that he did. I don't see it happening. He's, 27 years old. He's got 22 WAR. He's a third baseman, which helps him, but he'll get moved to first base or DH in the near future. He's just not defensively good enough for third base. I would love to, I have a ton of Devers cards. I've got his rookie autograph right there, first Bowman autograph right there. I don't see him getting in at all. I don't even think he sniffs the Hall of Fame. I don't think Mike had McCutchen in. I don't. I marked him down as a no. But Mike had Giancarlo Stanton in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he gets close. I think if you think about comps, you've got Carlos Delgado, who hit 474 home runs, didn't get into the Hall of Fame. And that's really the only argument Stanton has, is hitting a lot of home runs. He's not a non-base guy. He's 3 seasons in a row where he didn't even get to 30%, a 300 OBP. I think the Yankees would love to get rid of him, but he's hitting 25 home runs. If he gets to 500, which I don't think is going to happen, then it would be an interesting case, and I'm still not sure he would get in. And then we have Matt Olson. I don't think Matt Olson gets in. I don't think it's close. He's hit 250-ish home runs, again, on the wrong side of 30. Nice resurgence in Oakland. He looks better than he did in Atlanta, better than he did in Oakland when he was also good. But he's a home run guy, and he's just not going to do enough to get there. There's not much else in his career to point to other than he plays every game. He has 3 straight years playing 162 games. And again, that's something that matters to voters. He has 5 years where he led the league in games played. But his whole argument is home runs. I don't think he's in. Curious to know what you think. Let me know in comments. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have an awesome day.